This is the first video of C++ programming, and the topic is memory allocation. There are two types of memory allocation. It's the memory, and one is stack, and the other is heap. So what we uh, were working on in the previous videos were actually on stack. So if you define a variable like this, right? A variable, integer variable a equals 1, then this data is stored on stack. And how it stores on stack is um, it's literally it stores data one by one, sequentially on the stack. On the other hand, so on the heap is like a pool of storage, and the computer randomly store somewhere in the heap. So it's, yeah, different structure of or different way of using memory, right? So I'm gonna explain what's the difference between allocating um okay, allocating or storing on stack and storing on heap. Um, but before that, I'm gonna show you how we can store a variable on heap. It's um, we can store on heap by using pointer. So I hope you remember how we define a pointer from the last video. Um, so when you define a pointer, you um, use this asterisk, right? And when you wanna first allocate a space for variable a, and on the heap you use, again into an asterisk, and then following that you use new keyword new and int. Yeah. This means it allocate um, space for one integer value on the heap, but we haven't yet specified the value that we store, right? Yeah, you can do either, yeah, um, like using the parentheses and store one in that space, or you can separately do like this, right? Yeah, either, sorry, no, yeah, using asterisk, yeah, using asterisk, yeah, doing like this, yeah, both works. And this is how you store, yeah, a value one on the heap, and you can access the value only by the pointer. Yeah. So when you wanna see um, the value, and when you wanna print out the value, you should always use asterisk like this. Let's see how it works. It's not. And now you see that, yes, so we successfully stored the value at location um, on the heap, right? On the heap, and the stored value is 1. So yes, this is how you define a variable on the heap, and you should um, make sure that you delete the um, allocated memory in the heap whenever, in any case by yourself. So you use delete command, and following that you specify which variable you want to delete on the heap. Yeah, you should do that by yourself anytime you're dealing with heap, right? It's not the case when you are dealing with stack. Yeah. So yeah, this is the basics of the heap, and now I'm gonna show you what is um, one use case of the heap, and how it works differently from storing on the stack. So for that purpose, I'm going to define sorry, one function here which returns a reference. Right? And in that function, it defines a variable on the stack, and it returns the reference. Remember when you return a reference, you use this symbol, right? So it returns the reference of x variable, and note that this integer x is defined in that function. Yes. And let's print out the value. You will see what's gonna happen. So you already see a warning from the compiler, right? It says reference to local variable x returned. So that means um, um, so x is local in this function, right? And it's not defined in the main function. So um, the variable that defined in another function, in one function, will be deleted when we get out from the function. So we call stack function here, right? And in that function, it defines x. But when we return x, we get out from this function. That means this integer x will be deleted. So when we come to this point, or this line, this integer x is already deleted from the stack. Yeah, because of that, it says, yeah, um, it's not valid. You can't obtain this value because it's already deleted. If you run it, you will get warning. Oh no, sorry, error. Yeah, you see that reference memory at this location could not be read, right? So um, you can't pass. Oops, no. If you define a variable in a function, yeah, you can't. You can't use or access to the variable from another function. Yeah, but it's not the case when you use heap. So I will define another function called heap, and, as you see, I'm gonna return a pointer. So I define variable called x, which is which stores which is a pointer to the location on the heap, and I store value 3, and yeah, we return this pointer x to the main function. And yeah, we receive the pointer from heap function, and we're gonna print out the value stored on the heap like this. And let's see now what gonna happen in this case. So now we don't get error, but we get successfully the value, right? B equals 3. So um, when you store a value or a variable on the heap, it won't be deleted unless we um, specify we delete it, right? Sorry, I forgot delete B. So that means if you put delete here, B won't be accessible, and B just shows some um, random number. It's a null, I would say null pointer, so it's just point to somewhere, right? That we have no idea, right? So yes, this is about the heap, how it works, and um, some benefits of using heap. Yeah, so I hope everything is clear and you understood how it behaves differently when you store a variable on the heap. And see you next time in another video.